Sandi is a professional actress and a member of the National Theatre of the Deaf. From among her many talents, we've chosen to look at her batiks. This is a unique art. Wax is poured onto fabric and placed into colorful dyes. This process allows the artist to create various designs. Let's meet her now.
Batik is my life. I depend on it just as I depend on food. I couldn't live without batik. If not for my batik, I'd climb the walls. I'd pick on my husband and the other people who work here. I really would. My drawings contain a lot of hands, eyes, bodies, and facial expressions. I think the reason is my being deaf. The theme of deafness does run through my batiks, but actually I'm looking at communication. I'm fascinated with communication. The parrot doesn't communicate. It looks silent. But in the background, you see the circles I've drawn. The parrot is communicating. You just don't see it. Those circles is how I visualize the inside of that bird. Those feelings which you may not be aware of. You may see a deaf person, they seem so quiet, but inside it's so loud. The circles grow larger to show that it's getting louder and louder and louder. Communication is so important to me. I want that freedom, not to have to struggle to make myself understood, not to have to sign in English. I want to communicate in the way that's easiest for me. And for me, that is ASL. Animals want very much to communicate, but they get frustrated just like I do. They look at me in such a way that I understand how they feel. I'll tell you about my duck. I was working on a batik. I was very busy and I needed to concentrate because the wax was melting and I had to keep an eye on it. Electricity is expensive and I have to save my money and unplug it if I'm not using it. Well, that duck just kept bothering me. Sure, it's cute, but it was interrupting me. It wanted some water in its pool. You see, I'd bought a little child's pool for it to swim in, 5 feet wide and 2 feet deep. The water was really dirty, which made the duck unhappy. Well, I knew that it wanted something. After all, I lived with the duck. I knew its body language. And the duck was stubborn. I wanted it to let me continue my work, to wait. It slowly wandered off to the pool and back to me. I was so tired of that quacking that I put my work aside and went out to clean the pool and fill it with fresh water. Well, the duck jumped in, flapping his wings, splashing most of the water out of the pool. I knew the duck was upset and wanted me to fill the pool again, but I had to get in the house, close the door, and leave him outside. That duck was communicating with me. It's interesting. When I'm on the road, I can't do my batik. I need to bring some kind of artwork with me. What else can I do? I can read, but read every day, that's too much. Or I could talk to people all the time. So what I do is I bring markers, permanent markers, the kind that won't wash off. So I draw. It helps me to work with the colors. I draw on material like this. It's a moon with no mouth. I enjoy doing it. So I draw things like this when I'm on the road. I'm never satisfied with life. There's much more I want to do.